Hello everyone, welcome back to Elder Grace channel. We're playing Torrents of the Spellhoarder with April, Joe, John, and Tommy. Please introduce your characters and let's go back being humble tourists at the Seat of Scales.
I'm sorry, what was that word? I'm April. Hello. I'm playing Mayra, Deep Scar of the Azure Abyss. And I am a paladin, Oath of the Open Sea, Triton.
Hi, my name is Joe. I'll be playing Rax, the Worm Slayer, is a ranger, and that's who I'm playing.
I'm John. I'll be playing Ko, the Echo Knight, who's wondering today who was the last person he saw in his clan that got drunk this bad.
Hello everyone, Tommy here. I'll be playing Faromalars, the young bronze dragon ranger.
Exactly. And we are at the Seat of Scales. This is a warm, sunny day in this subtropical, beautiful, lush jungle covered, surrounded by lush jungle, beautiful city where you arrived on the Flame Drake. You had quite a first incident with the harbor master who wanted to get bribed because he insisted that you entering the city on a Santorosian noble's ship means trouble to you, and he could help you get away with it. Which offer was refused by Mera, and you all directly went to the Wormrise to meet Lord Rinavaram Shatterwind at the Shatterwind estate. As you might recall from your very informative breakfast with Sorian Finanza, he mentioned that these estates are temporary residences. So these clans live in their huge palaces and farmlands and all out, scattered all over the island, where they own huge lands and properties. This is basically a meeting point where they come together to meet at the council meetings, or if they have anything to do in the city, which is partially, actually half of the city is the Wide Bazaar, a huge trading bazaar, a huge bazaar where trade is really booming, and it's partially inner trade, so I mean clans between each other, and also this is the only city, the only place where they allow outsiders to visit. That's mostly Aglaronians and Draelish merchants who can make, of course, who can make the journey here over the treacherous seas. Now, as you came to the gate, you met a silver and a green dragon who've been protecting and standing guard at the gate of the Wormrise, where all these noble residences are. And of course, for Rax and for Faromalar, seeing these basically two types of dragons, the chromatic and the metallic, working together here was very strange. So, of course, they gave their own sort of approach. The green was a bit, bossy, and he was the one landing and questioning, while the silver was just staying back on the wall and watching. But eventually, as you showed your invitation letter, they took you to this beautiful, very dwarven looking, very robust, very fort-like estate, which of course residence, where of course there are, obviously it's big, so there are many rooms in there and all that, but it's just a building next to other, like villas next to each other. You've seen other residences with different motifs, sea motifs, and this and that. You've seen the central huge tower, which is the Throne of Santos, where the council meets and where all the administrative work is done. and you've seen a theater, a museum, a garden. So there are some facilities inside this very secluded, very reserved place called the Wormrise. Now you have you've entered the Shatterwind residence, and you were unable. You only met. You've been only able to meet Lord Drunar Shatterwind, the son of Lord Rinavaram Shatterwind, because Lord Rinavaram is late from his set time to return. He's been told also by Sorian Finanza has already told you earlier that he's a very punctual and very strict man, but also his son was who was very drunk and had a broken leg, which we'll get to in a moment. He also told you that his son also told you that his father is a punctual man, used to beat him with the handle of the battle axe if he was late from dinner, and all these examples saying that him being late is a very strange thing. Missing for a couple of days makes him a bit worried, and probably that's not why he's drinking all the time, but he's been drinking all the time. He's been very drunk. He looks like a spoiled kid sort of guy, but he of course wore an armor, and he said that he wanted to participate in the chase of dragons, a chariot race on the Seaside Avenue, but he broke his leg, and he was really unable to attend. So he offered a few things to you. One was that if you find his father and bring him back wherever he is, he doesn't know where he is, but if you do find his father, then he would be ready to pay 4,000 gold pieces in return. Which I might have not expressed, I need to add that he was also worried, of course, about the Sahugin situation. All the main focus of him being late is the council meeting. So Lord Rinavaram Shatterwind represents, as an ancient clan, represents their house, one of the 6 representatives in the council, one of the 6 council members. He needs to be there for the voting. He needs to, and they all, and his son also, on the same side as his father, they want to influence the other clans to join in and make this a collective war effort instead of just a personal fight of these houses, which is them and clan Astrilax.
Sorry. In order for the council to convene, he needs to be present.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why the timing and his lateness is him being late is very strange, and being late from such an important meeting and his duties, which he always fulfilled to the best. Now. The city is decorated. I forgot to add. They are getting ready, or they are actually. It has started a 1-week festival, festivities of the death of rain and wind celebration, which basically marks the end of the monsoon season, and this is full of dancing and laughing and eating, and everybody's celebrating for a week. That's why they also have the chariot race and some of the stuff you will find out soon. Lord Drunar Shatterwind basically offered you the chariot that he would have ridden. I hope that was fitting in English, that sentence, and correct. And this is he explains that there, all of the 6 houses, 6 clans race in this competition, and he can be left out. I mean, they need to be present, and he's looking for someone to ride the chariot, and he even offered the magical chariot, the Thunderbolt Charger, to any one of you who would win. If you win the race, you would even give it to you. He was really he was really drunk. There's a word which I can't say. Inebriated. How's that word? Anyway, a very difficult language English is. So he left. So he just held into 2 of his servants, and he left. And now you're standing there with this with this servant, like a head servant, sort of assistant to Lord Drunart, who is about to show you the exit. And actually, he says that as his last word before you pick the mic, he says, "If I could." There is a really good place called the Sweet Home, if I could recommend. It's not far on the by the sea.
Let me ask you this. We've been invited as honored guests by your lord. And why can't we stay here in this beautiful place?
I'm sorry, I was not instructed to prepare a room for you by Lord Drunart, who was obviously not expecting you as his guests. I'm really
Don't have a
sorry.
spare room in this place. Look at all this.
I am really sorry, but I am not in a position to give you a room in this house without the confirmation of my master.
Right.
But again, the Sweet Home is a beautiful, very cozy, very luxurious place. I think you will find everything you need there. And he bows.
Insight check. Is he hinting at something more than just the plain words?
He's not really hinting at anything. He's,
Oh, okay.
he's just trying to be polite, and he's following the protocol, the etiquette
Okay.
here.
Boy.
When is
Oi.
this? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
When is the chariot race?
It's 2 days from now. If you wish to participate and try the Thunderbolt Charger, I would be happy to inform Lord Drunart about your decision. Also, if you find his father, our master, Lord Rinavaram, please let me know.
You want us to pass
If we
along
find them, we'll pass it
information-
on.
You want us to pass along information like that, but you can't. You don't have the authority to give us rooms. I think we'll report directly to Lord Drunart, but we appreciate your
If you-
recommendation on lodgings.
If you wish, I can ask him.
Look, here's the deal. What's your name?
My name is Barney.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do. I
No,
was
no. I told you a name earlier.
right when it left my mouth, I was like, "Oh no!"
I gave you a name earlier, which I kind of remember, and I was driving home last time, and I was like, "Why? It's such a stupid name." So the name,
The opportunity to retcon that.
yes, and please write it up and let me know later. Barnir, son of Tordir, like a real dwarven, introduction. I'm Barnir, son of Tordir.
Right.
Look,
This is
I can fetch my master if you wish, and maybe you can present your case if you insist.
No. Hold on. It's just that we've come a long way. We've been through a lot. We've fought a lot. We've seen a lot of stuff, and we come here to do what we've been summoned to do, and we find it in shambles. This plan. And now, not only do we stay at someplace else, we're berated all the way here and threatened by the guards at the gate and down by the boat. And then your drunk lord, who's not his dad, doesn't know what he's saying and can't do his own chariot. It's just been thing after thing,
I understand.
and that's all. And I want you to understand that, and I'll not blame you. But it's not your fault. Put my hand on his shoulder. And he's a dwarf, right? Are there other dwarves here around us?
There are guards, yes. There are humans as well, but
But
you see,
dwarven guards?
yeah, well, there are dwarven and human, but mostly, as you look around, there's most of them are dwarves.
Okay. Perhaps it will help us to give us a bit of a clue of where we can begin looking.
I'm really not in a position to I have very limited knowledge of my master's plans and doings. Lord Renovaram is a well-versed magic user and a heroic fighter. He could be. He
Who
was.
makes his bed? Who
Well,
makes
Look around the
Who
servants.
makes his bed?
Who makes his bed?
Yeah. Who makes his bed?
I'm sorry. Why are you asking this?
Because that's who I need to talk to.
Who makes his bed? Well,
Yeah, who makes
the-
his bed?
there are dozens of servants in this house, and they take turns. I'm not really sure how this could help you. Do you wish me to call Lord Drunat, or maybe return in a couple of hours when he's more sober?
No.
I could accommodate you here and maybe wait for him.
No, it's fine. We just want a leg up a bit. Know what I mean? Slap him on the shoulder. Back to it then.
Okay, well, I need to add that it would be quite unusual for not just outsiders, but for anybody not part of a clan to stay, not just.
Yeah, I saw they're making a new Beetlejuice. I'm very excited about that.
These drop-offs. And cut. So, I must tell you that it would be quite unusual for anybody not part of a noble clan to take up residence in the Wormrise. It's not against your self or your person. It's just that the Wormrise is reserved for nobility and their closest servants when they stay in the city. I hope you understand.
What about look? Indicate Ko and Mayra. What about princes and queens?
He can make an insight check on my expression.
I'm
Talking dignitaries.
not really sure about
Distant lands.
the etiquette, but again, if you accommodate yourself, if you just sit down a bit in this lounge, and then I will try to call Lord Drunat for another meeting when he's sobered up a bit. He's been like
Hold
this.
on. Go ahead.
He's been like this for the past few days.
I'll bet he has. Turn around to the group. Don't wait. Don't leave. Don't go. Turn around to the group. All right. What do you think? You want to stay here or you want to stay by the place?
Well, we need to return to the ship because we have a couple of spell slaves locked in the hold. Go. Turn to Barmare. So, as has been evidenced, we are not familiar with the customs here. We have a couple of prisoners
His eyes widen. Yep.
who are spell slaves. They are part of Lord Clan.
Fizwas.
His boss.
No, I look. I got it right here. It's even highlighted.
No way. We're just trying to help.
Our Clan Physmos.
But he looks
Normally
around. He looks around and he looks around if anybody else heard this, from the other servants or guards. Yes.
Bismos! No,
Yes.
That's right. We represent Clan Shatterwind, and we took prisoners from Clan Physmos.
What's wrong with that? Okay, so he listens. Yes. What was the question?
So my questions are not understanding the protocol and proper judicial authority in the city. we have 2 prisoners who spell slaves of Clan Physmos. It is not our intent to return them to Physmos. We want to bring that to before the council. So, normally, our thought was Lord Shadowwind would have helped navigate this. But being as you are who we've been given, how should we approach this? Who do we bring the prisoners to, or do we keep them in our custody?
Okay, I understand. You see a little sweat running down his face and into like disappearing in his beard, and he says, "Well, did these slaves commit some sort of a crime that you accuse them of?"
Absolutely.
They did.
Yes.
What was that crime, if I might inquire?
I believe that's something that will be put before the authorities. Given what little we do know about your clan politics, the
Okay.
last thing we want to do is dog.
He looks around again and says, "Look, the nobles, the Hall Dragon Santorosian nobles, those with the gift of Santos, they are absolute rulers of this land. They can do whatever they wish to do, unless they step on each other's foot. No slave or outsider has any word against them. If you have the slaves of Clan Physmos, I really can't recommend you anything. I mean, whatever I would recommend, you would maybe put me in danger as well. By which I mean that this is very dangerous. I mean, if you can't prove their guiltiness or that they're guilty of a crime they committed against, I mean, if
Where
they
can
I'm really
I'm
sorry.
gonna I understand you're scared.
I am actually.
Where can we find a list of the nobles?
Well, you can go to the rack where they keep the prisoners on public, display. It's below Paddler's Abode. You will find it's a big rack. Made
And
out
that's
of
where we can find the law.
the law
Right.
written there. Yeah, it's on a metal plate on the side, so that everybody knows. Actually, you can read it from the inside of the rack as well, so you know why you're in there.
So who has the authority to put prisoners in the rack?
It's the Fangs of Order. These dragons you see flying around.
Great. So that's who then we should bring these prisoners to.
They are policing the city, and then there are judges who are who are allocated to each case from the throne of Santoros. This huge tower you might have seen when you entered the Wormrise. So these judges are there, and they are making judgment based on the laws of Santoros, which have been the same for the past thousands of years.
Right. So these spell slaves we have, we want to turn them over to whomever has the right to decide.
I would
What?
suggest you go to the throne of Santoros and look for a judge.
All right. Does Lord Shadowwind, is there anyone he has a particular relationship with? Perhaps there is another clan noble that he has a close relationship with that we could approach them.
I had served many of the judges in this residence under the being the guests of Lord Rinovarm Shatterwind. Lord Rinovarm Shatterwind is one of the most influential, most powerful nobles of this city and this land. If you find him, he will be able to help you with any troubles you have with the laws of Santoros, because he looks around, it looks like you have some problems with the laws of Santoros now. Also, if you let the slaves go, they will probably alert their masters. And again, they don't care about they have a different view of of good and evil and law and crime than you might have in your own world or own land.
We have done nothing wrong, and we have nothing against it. Nothing that any law in any land that is any kind of just law, no matter how oppressive that law may even be. We've done nothing wrong, which is why these spell slaves are still alive.
I understand, but look, the best they can, he leans closer to you, like sort of whispering, and says, "Look, the best thing you can do for yourself is you find Lord Rinovarm."
We understand that. However, as of this moment, we have no idea where he's even gone. Lord Drunard had no insight. He pointed us to you. You have no insight. We don't even know where to begin our search.
In check.
All right, no need for in check. You, at this moment, as you speak these words, it just hits you that you do have some sort of information from the from the invitation letter. But there was some. He mentioned something in the invitation. You don't remember what or how or where, but in the invitation letter there was some sort of a reference to something. Do you have the text in front of you?
I'm opening it right now.
Or Tony,
Should I read it?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll read the sentence. Yeah, I hereby declare you as my allies and cordially invite you to my residence at the Seat of Scales, where we shall confabulate, and you shall decide if you are willing to advocate my demands at the Scale Council. I shall return from my research at the western shores of the Gullet for the annual chase of dragons, and we shall break bread over exchange. So he's doing some kind of research at the western shores of the Gullet.
Well, that's good. That's got to be the small shores, right?
Which I'm going to show you in a moment. Let me pull up the map so I can show you where this area is supposed to be. Where did I have the map of? So, I'm just, oh my god. Oh, here. Oh, oof. Not good, sorry. Wrong map, but I can't really find it for some reason. Which is very, very strange. Hold on one sec. This is... I'm not going to... One second. Technical difficulties, 1 second. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm going to do this the way I did before. For some reason, I lost the map. It's absolute buggers. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna put it over here, and you can look into it. What's happening here? So this is the gullet. If you check on the map here, I'm showing with my green marker, and these are the western shores of the gullet. So this is about you zoom, it's about a 25-30 mile area.
So on
Maybe
horses,
less if you just take this, maybe a 20-25 mile area.
Okay. So on horses, it'd take us about a day to get there.
Yes. Looking. I mean, it would take you a day to on foot actually to walk. You know, the whole way. Now this is, as you can see, this is a rocky shore. So yeah, you can navigate the ship in here and go past, or you can get off somewhere and walk for a day and see the shore for yourself from close.
Right. So it's a day to get there and a day to get back to jump on a chariot that we've never seen to be able to
If we choose,
participate in the races.
if we choose
Yeah.
to do the chariot.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. If we choose to compete in the chariot race, then we can be given the chariot as a gift.
If you win.
If we win, that's what I mean. If we win.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I guess we can talk about that in character about how Mayra thinks about. I make sure I understood the timing that it was going to take us a day to get there, and
Yeah.
assuming like we immediately stumble on him, and then we get back.
Why don't we go to this place and have a pint, and we can all talk about the plan. This what's it called? What's it called? That place.
Sweet home.
Looking over at the.
Yeah, Sweet Home. That's
Oh,
it.
the Sweet
Why don't we
Home,
go
yeah.
to Sweet Home, have ourselves a pint, take in some music. I assume it's a tavern. It's not just like a bed, is it?
It is an inn. Yeah, you can have a
Yeah.
room there.
Yeah. We'll have a drink. We'll have a bite. We'll talk about a plan, and then we can execute the plan over a meal.
It's not a bad idea. I'd like to, before we leave town, I'd like to go by and look at the logs. I think that may help us too.
Right. I don't think we'll get the ship back. If we do, we'll be lucky.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Thanks so much for all your help.
He bows. He says, "Thank you so much for visiting our residence. This way, please." And he lets you out.
10 out of 10 would do it again.
He remains stone-faced, still a bit shaken by all the information he was given. And yeah, okay. So let's go into the city.
Ko, as we start walking with deathly mutter under his breath, I was hoping we weren't the professionals here.
Go, my friend. I
Yes,
find
sir.
that most rooms I walk into, I'm the real professional. And it's nice to be traveling with 3 other professionals, because we all come here to do what we do and to do it well.
I kind of like the Chateau Wind decor.
Yeah?
Does a side take as we're
Lots of
walking?
bronze.
Yeah. It's quite nice.
Definitely looks left and right and says, "Well, if it's by conquest, we technically own now a share in this place, don't we?
How do you figure?
By conquest."
I doubt that it's by conquest. It seems to be innate to whatever breed. The fact that you've been gifted. That seems to be their ideology.
Oh. Mayra,
It gives them the right to oppress others because they feel they are superior.
That's
We only had a dragon in our
clear.
group.
if Ko's authority as a prince is not recognized here, well, that stands to reason that their own authority they feel spans all the world, right? That's how they feel. If they break laws in other places, they don't feel they're accountable to those laws, but only their own, right? Here's the point I'm trying to make. Oh, Mr. Physmos, right? He's down there doing that kooky stuff with that orb and all them spell slaves, invading an island way away from their place. And that's where he broke the law, right? He goes and he does bad there. But does that mean that his authority moves with him? If they don't recognize Ko as a prince, then what does that mean for what they feel about their own, titles and all that?
most likely, from what I've seen, their power trumps any other power, whether that power be known or unknown.
Right, but it's just a belief, isn't it? It's not real.
Yes, but belief with spear and might and numbers. I mean, do you think we
dragon's breath.
And dragons, right?
do you
So
think we can
so
take
what
all
it
the
is
dragons?
it? You know, that's the problem with power, isn't it? It's all children when we was young, fighting each other with, you know, spears and swords and all that. And then we get older, and we get funding, and then we just do it for real.
Aye. Yeah.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
An ale will help.
Okay.
And down at the bottom, the little guy gets stepped on,
Always.
pushed around, all that.
Tommy, can you please put a marker? I'm still not finding these default markers, like whichever, just to show where they
Did we
are.
think to ask about? Did we think to ask for directions to this place before we left? Oh, I guess we
Well,
just.
if it's a nice place, somebody knows about it.
So he told you that you walk down the rise of the Dignified, and then you walk the Wave Crusher Boulevard, and you will see it on the left side between the two ports, the inner port, the mo he says, and the landing on the other part, and this is a huge building on the shore. Yep, number 4,
Okay.
actually.
Okay. Cool.
Right. And where is the?
There is the rack, right?
Yeah.
Number 6.
Great.
6.
All right. So make our way there since it's more or less on the way, and keeping an eye out as we're walking. Just
I would like to ask you to please move your tokens, so I'm not moving it, intentionally in a way where the beggars are trying to selling you fake stuff. But no, just to just for me to be able to show you around, tell you what you see, and me and Tommy will tell you what stuff you see. So please, do you see the marker Tommy put up there? The swords?
So, here.
If anybody grabs it, just move it on the street so we can.
So we walk down the rise of the Dignified, I guess.
Wait. Let them move, please.
Okay.
all right. Do you guys want me to take it? I guess
Go.
we'll go this way.
So we told you about these, one sec before we exit the gate. We told you about the museum, the opera house, the garden. 36 and 30 is the opera. 35, I think, was the museum, Pride of Santaros. And then you exit the gate. The dragons, as soon as you exit, the 2 dragons land near and escort you out of the gate. So it's, you're under close watch. And they close the gate behind you and sit back on the top of the gate. And then you walk down this path, Rise Dignified, and then
22 is
Dragon Wagon. I remember that.
Yeah.
It's the chariot shop, actually, and all kinds of wagons.
21 is a blacksmith.
Did you say Dragon Wagon?
Dragon Wagon.
What a great name.
Thank you.
What a great name.
Right across from the bar, the Dragon Flagon.
And all the places are called like that. No. So yeah, they told you to take a right turn in this junction to Okay, wait. So in front of 18. Wait. In front of 18. Okay. So on
Which was the tea house.
Yeah,
We also-
15, 16, 17, all of these are docks and dry docks and shipyard, warehouses and all that, part of the mall, the shipping stuff. As you walk past number 18, and let's not forget Aishni in this video, as you walk past, please leave it there, yeah. As you walk past, you hear a faint melody from inside. It is in a strange language, and Aishlin immediately turns her head and says, wait, stop. This is our hymn being sang in this place. The hymn of the Guardian Sphere. One of our most ancient songs. He Go ahead.
Is that odd?
I mean, kind of. He peeks inside, and there's an open gate. As you all look inside, you can see that you have already looked inside before, I think, when you pass here. But now, again, I'm just repeating the. Okay, there's a sign that says Garden of Hope and Liberty. That's the first thing. Now, as you stop, you can see the Garden of Hope and Liberty. And inside, it really looks like a garden with little tables. The smell of herbs and flowers permeates the air around the entrance of this long established, whatever, tea house. Inside, a small garden packed with potted plants, flowers, and herbs around 8 tables that can each seat 4 people. You can see, and Tommy, please help me, you can see 2 girls, very young girls, inside. One of them sits on the side of a table next to a few guests and sings this song on a beautiful voice. The other serves tea on a plate to another table. Can you, Tommy, drop the images, please? Oh, you have, okay. So these 2 girls, which one is singing? I think the smaller one.
The younger one.
The younger one. The younger one is singing. He has this hat which looks like a unicorn. Okay? And she's singing beautifully. She's, I don't know, 7. The older one is like 11 or 9 and 11 or something like this. You don't see anybody else being around as a grown-up person running this place. It's these 2 girls and just a few guests, like 2 sitting next to the younger girl who's singing, and like 1 on another table and 1 at another, like 4 guests all together. So Aishlin says, "This is our song. This is our hymn, you know." Like the hymn of our nation.
Should we investigate then?
Let's ask where they learned it.
Do you mind if we enter? I mean, we're not in a rush, I think. Or we can
Tea
return
ale.
later.
Listen, you're doing right by us, helping us out. We don't mind asking at least. Doesn't do no harm, right? Plus, it's nice. Makes me wonder how old my own children are.
Took a beat for that register.
All right, so you walk in and the smell of herbs just becomes even stronger. As you can see, these 2 girls wear these beautiful silken garments layered upon each other. I would say oriental, but in this setting is just something they wear. They look really cheerful, both of them smiling, very different from the stone faces you have met here before. And as I said, one of them serves tea and the other sings. So as you enter, the older girl comes to you and says, "Hello, my name is Liberty. Some call me Liberty, protector of hope. She's Hope. There." And she smiles. Would you care for a table? And can I indulge you with our best herbal teas or other natural substances that we sell here?
I think that would be quite lovely. Is it possible to get a table where we could talk undisturbed?
Oh, sure. That one in the corner.
That would be perfect. Thank you so much.
So you sit down at the table, and this is all sturdy, simple wooden tables. You're under the open sky here in a central garden, and all of these plants like partially leaning on the table, and you just push them a bit aside, and there are pots on the table, and you put them a bit aside so you can see each other's faces, and she helps with that. I'm sorry. This is my favorite. I call her Nellie. Smell her. She smells really good. She shows it to you. and then puts it in the corner, and even pets it a bit, and then puts it down, and says, "We have sweet mint, and we have." And then she gives you a list of all kinds of herbs and berries and tea types and dark and green and whatever you want to choose. And also if you want sugar, honey, milk, whatever with it. And she's waiting for your responses.
Where's Lars?
I came in, or Lars came in.
Okay, well, they don't really mind. I mean, there are dragons in the city, dozens of them flying above. One thing so Hope, as she sings, she looks at the dragon and she smiles and waves while singing, being super friendly. They don't just look over a dragon entering the place. And as you sit, you squeeze yourself somehow in the corner or something, so not to be in the way. Liberty asks you that, or tells you actually that, oh, you're not one of the Fangs, are you?
No, we just arrived.
Oh, a tourist dragon in the city of dragons. That's interesting. So, our menu today, and then she goes endless. What would you like to have?
I'd like to have one of those. That sounds delightful.
Great.
I'll take one of them too. And lean in. You mentioned natural substances. I'm just curious what you mean by that.
Oh, everything. Okay, so do we have a list here, Tommy? Herbs.
Seeds, they sell seeds, orchids, rare orchids.
Yeah, nothing else. No, we have
all kinds of herbs.
We have all kinds of herbs. We have spices. We have. I'm especially fond of orchids, and of course teas. But our herbs are various. I mean, we have curing herbs, and we have these herbs that makes you feel mellow,
Very
and
nice.
and those that give you energy, and some that make you sing. And she points at Hope, at her sister. My sister had one of those, and then her sister just keeps singing. Actually, it's a quite sad tune that she's singing, but she waves her away. She shouldn't bother her while singing.
I'm gonna have what my good friend here is having. I want to indicate Mayra, but a little more honey in mine.
And Ko is like, I want the most flowery tea, and triple the honey. Like triple.
She smiles.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna
Serious, triple.
hold on. I'm gonna triple the honey too.
All right,
I
I'll
want
bring
that.
you a big bowl of honey.
Oh,
Okay, so what kind of honey you wish to have? And
He can do 3 shots of honey. I can do 3 shots.
I bet I could do more racks.
and she's like laughing with you on this conversation. You guys are funny. We have
Bring the whole pot.
you know what? I bring you several types of honeys, and you choose.
Oh, yes, that sounds.
That sounds
delicious.
delightful.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Yes.
can we looking over at the at our RCL friend? That was a lovely poon we heard walking by. What was that?
I don't know. I'm really not into all that. Well, Hope might know better. I'll tell her to come over to your table when she finished singing it. Okay?
That would be lovely.
Okay. Let me fetch the honeys first and the tea and all that, and then I'll be back in a second talking to Hope and feel comfortable. So she runs off and she returns very soon. I mean, she doesn't go far. She doesn't need to prepare too much. She runs back with 2 kettles and then kettles with hot water. She runs away again. She brings 3 little jars of honey. One more whitey and less opaque, and the other is very opaque and more brown. The third is whatever, and then and then she runs off and she brings some. She brings actually this bowl with several holsters and like depressions in it, and like a bunch of different herbs and spices and teas, mixes of them. Some of them smell like cherry and tea, and the other smells like, you know, more mental.
Metal.
What's the mint? I'm sorry, minty, and all that, and as she places them, Hope finished singing, and Aisling is just staring at Hope and listening to the song like shell-shocked, you know, like, how does she know the song? She pronounces the words so beautifully, and then Liberty runs up to Hope and talks to her, and then Hope keeps looking over, you know, next to her, and points at you, you know, and then like a little kid would react and stuff, and she nods and waves at the table and shows you that 1 second, and she runs off and comes back with a paper, and actually that's a music sheet and some words on it. Tommy, can you help me with this?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks,
So-
matey. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
not gonna
you-
sing it.
Don't
I'm
sing
not gonna
it.
sing it.
So Tommy will show you in a moment. She runs back with this paper and says, "Hello, my name is Hope. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I'm singing here a lot, and that's my job. I sing, she serves, and finds the herbs outside the city. I'm the entertainment. So the song I sang, and then looks at Aisling, is a deep elven song. I have found this parchment with the lyrics, and I found it really nice. It's really, it touches my heart when I sing it. So I really like it. So here you go, and then shows you the parchment. Do you want me to sing something? I know some halfling songs as well, very entertaining, and you have to jump as you sing. And I can stand on my two hands if you want and sing that way.
I think something soothing sounds good at the moment.
Oh, soothing. If you don't mind, I don't want to repeat this song.
Well, a new song would be great.
All right.
How about we do this? We're going to drink our tea, and we're going to talk about our plans. And you go sing something you enjoy.
All right. I enjoy all kinds of songs.
Right.
So, Tommy, sorry, I got it first. Ping bong. It's there. I put it on the side, and then if you could read it, please, that would be so helpful.
Yeah, sure.
So she puts down this how to do this. There's a deep sea which is not written here. There's a deep sea Elvish lyric section, and it's translated into common. Okay.
All right. So this is the hymn of the garden sphere. Hail, sea elves of the ocean's might, where songs do guide to the mystic side, where magic flows in the tides below, and the place of power shall forever glow. Seek ye the currents through the coral deep, where dolphins dance and seaweed waves do sweep, and in the deep a verdant archway shines. Beneath the sea, a forgotten spire reclines. By the sunken realms of the shadow kin lies the secret of the ocean's rim, where magic shines and coral glows. This coral grows, this place of power no one knows. In oceans dark, when moonlight's bright, a place of magic comes to sight. Its power glows so pure and clear, leading sea elves to the sacred sphere. At the heart of the magic, a sphere doth gleam, piercing the deep like a sunbeam, a node of defense where magic doth thrive. Its power doth shield and shall forever survive. So sing sea elves with voices high and clear of the magic that is never near or ever near, the place of power created by the sage, whose mastery of magic doth never age.
And
Nice. Quite a tune.
you pass around this parchment and read it. I will share it with you for later to go into details, and you can read it as homework and analyze it. But Liberty, I'm sorry, Hope. Liberty goes off and starts serving more people, but Hope is very interested in you guys, and she's like, do you mind if I sit here and ask you some questions? I'm always interested in newcomers.
As long as we can ask you questions in return.
Oh, I love answering questions. And then, Liberty just passes by with the trail. And she talks a lot, beware. And then she passes. No, I don't talk a lot. I just like to get information and give information. I'm really happy if I can entertain you, either with singing or answering your questions. And then she puts her, unicorn hat off, and this is getting a bit hot. I always put it on when I sing.
Can
Do you
I
like
try
the
it on?
tea? Oh yes, you can try it on. Can I? And she leaves. Can I knock on your shell? And she knocks on your shell. Woo! Sounds really good. All right. You have any questions?
Someday
Where are
I'm
you
gonna
from?
hang that on my wall.
Yeah. With him inside?
No. You see, I've got a lot of children I don't know about, and one day
Oh, you
I'm going
do?
to put a yeah. No, a ton of them, and I'm going to put Ko's shell up on a wall, and I can tell all my children when they come to visit for one day. That's all they get. I'll say that's my buddy's shell, and his name is Ko, and he's a hero and a prince and all that. And
Oh,
they'll be like, "Wow, my dad's the greatest," and I'll go, "Absolutely right now, back to your mums."
she laughs and she's like, oh yeah, but do you shed your shell, or how does that work?
Occasionally I do.
Oh, if you shed your first shell and gave it to, what's your name again? And turns to Rex.
But my name,
Daddy
my
Rex. Daddy Rex, I remember.
listen, I'll take it. No, my name is Rex.
Rex, okay. So when you give your first shell to Rex, can I get the second one, please?
Maybe. If I'm in the area and you're willing to help, yeah.
I'm willing to help, of course. Where are you from? Who
Oh,
are you? What do you know? Why do you wear a shell? She starts asking questions. How can I be of assistance to you?
This is why.
Back to your mommy, I said.
How many questions?
She asks a lot of questions, and she's not offended if you don't answer. And if you do, she's really happy listening to all your answers. And she's, if you say something really heroic or like story-worthy, she's like, wow, that's amazing. And, she's really enthusiastic. She really loves to listen. And she also asks you again, how can I help you? And why are you here?
Ko, I think, with his questions in return would be like, where's cool places to go in the city? Where are places to stay away from?
Oh.
Where's danger? Where's not?
No, there's danger everywhere, she says.
The whole place is on fire.
Right here is safe and nowhere else. Excellent.
Look, this place, I'm telling you what, we're only here for the herbs. Because this place, not really my type. She looks around. Well, you're new, I can tell you. You're probably not with one of them, Shows, wings.
That one. We're with
The
Ko.
ones with that. Nah. we don't like them, she says. We were allowed to stay stay in this place. My sister, she arranged it somehow, and then now we can have this tea house, but she's only here. She dragged me along. I wanted to go south, but then she wanted us to come here because the jungles are so such a large variety of herbs and teas and such that she can she can get. So she's a druid. She really loves these kind of stuff, and I hope she maybe a couple of years we just leave. But here everybody's so morose, so so harsh, so mean to each other. Not much laughter here, not much.
A
You
druid,
better be there with, you better take care with all of these half dragon nobles. They think they're better than us, or even you, and even you, and shows that Feromalars, they don't care about dragons much.
He's a famous dragon. This one,
Yeah, are you?
quite famous. Oh
Are
yeah,
you?
yeah. That's Feromalars, the Shackle Breaker. Huh?
Oh my God!
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, are
the
you
Shackle
playing with
Breaker.
me? Are you playing with me?
Oh, this is quite a famous table that you got here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
done things.
Tell me
Yeah,
more.
we've
Tell
got
me
a
more.
few things.
Maybe I
Yeah,
can
well,
write
that-
a song about you.
Yeah, no, do that. 100%. Let me go around this table and introduce who's assembled here.
Oh, please
First
do.
we got, yeah. First we got Myra Deepscar, Azure Abyss, Chosen and Paladin of Kylie. We've got, no, that's an appropriate response. We've got Co, so named and
But
so
Kylie,
known. among-
Kylie, like
Yeah,
the water aspect of the god of nature. The
yeah, but
eternal
hold
mother?
on, there's more. There's more.
You see, she knows stuff, right? She's 8, and she's like,
Yeah, yeah, she's a clever one. It's she could
thank
be
you,
one of
thank
mine.
you, thank you.
This is Co. This is Co. Co, so named and so known amongst his people as a hero and a prince, a great warrior.
No
This is-
way!
Yeah, yeah.
Are
hero and a
you?
prince. Yeah, no,
You have
for
a
real.
you have a crown? Oh, that's for
Just
kings,
what-
right?
Just the unicorn hat that you just gave me. That's my crown.
It fits you well. You look
Yeah.
nice in it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and this is Lars. Right? Feromalars. That's
Oh.
how you pronounce it in Draconic. Feromalars.
Yeah.
That's the way it's pronounced. And this is Feromalars, and he's the Shackle Breaker, the Fish Slayer, the Scale Skinner,
Ooh!
who defeated the fish people
Uh-huh.
and has begun making his name in the world. Quite famous, known all over. And me, well, I'm Rex,
Are you?
the Worm Slayer.
Father of many.
Right, well, yeah, we don't need to work that into the title. I'm a Worm Slayer, an Ed Taker, a Heartbreaker, and a Troublemaker.
Oh!
And possibly your dad.
No. Just a... Probably not.
knows?
You're funny.
Co's just looking extra close. Like, do they look similar? Do they look similar? I don't understand human.
I'm a walking could be.
Maybe. You never know. You never know who's who.
So that's who you've got assembled here in the
Ah,
tea
this
house.
is wonderful. I mean, you're more of an entertainment than I am. That's for sure.
Well, it was you that brought us in.
Oh, okay. I'm happy you came, and I'm happy to speak to you because you are all so fantastic and interesting, and you are very different from all those evildoers who live here. Especially those. We don't say their names, and nudge nudge, wink wink, and wing wing, and and yeah. Well, really, why are you here?
Well, we like tea, don't we?
Oh, I'm happy you are.
This has made sense. I'm doing like just when she did this. Do we know what that means?
There's the wings.
This
there's
is
the half
Steve's
dragon.
plan
Oh,
for
the
start
wings,
the
okay.
heist.
Apparently been playing to me
We
before.
have to
Like,
be, we have to be careful with this. Do it
Yeah.
now.
She's showing the wings of the half dragon
Okay.
nobles.
okay.
The
All
winged, the winged ones. She says the winged ones.
Right.
They are really
Yeah,
mean
wow.
people. I'm always telling Liberty to leave this place, but she wants to stay for the, for the plans. Her plans, Well, I try to keep busy and sing and dance and all that. Why did you come? I mean, you probably didn't visit the Seat of Scales to drink our tea, or did you?
Coe kind of gets the serious face and leans in. Are you a spy?
I'm not a spy.
That's what a spy would say.
She laughs like so from her heart. You can see such an honest laugh, and she says, "No, I'm not a spy. You can roll an insight check right now."
That's but now I have to. No, open it.
And it's not gonna
was
be an
it? She
easy
said it like
one.
this.
Go with lean in. It's like, oh well, we were asked by one of the to help out with some problems.
Let's see your roll. All of you.
Oh, I think Coe's
Oh,
too
that's-
caught up. He wouldn't be. He's been disarmed by the charm of the little one.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's see.
Mayra
Oh, that's
wasn't
a
paying attention. She was going back through her notes because she's analyzing that song.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun
Right,
discussion.
well, she says, "No, of course not. As I said, who would I spy for?
For her over there.
Really, I'm really interested in just why you're here. So, well, you can make up a story. I would take it, but I would be really interested. Where are you from? I mean, at least tell me where are you from. If you're
We're
so
here to do some-
secretive about what you're doing here.
we're here to do some hero business.
So yeah, you're probably one of those who get paid by the half dragons.
Not yet.
Yes.
Not yet.
Well, soon. Soon all of you, soon everybody gets, into their net and gets paid by them. No, we don't. We just sell tea. Yeah.
Do they ever come by your tea shop?
Looks around. Unfortunately. Oh no, actually, fortunately, no.
Okay.
They don't like tea.
Who doesn't like tea? As
I don't know.
Terrible people.
They don't come to our shop, luckily.
What you think about old Shadowwind up there on the hill?
Oh, Shadow. Which one is that? The blue? No, the
Yeah.
black.
No. Blue one.
he hasn't made an impression, that's probably all we need.
Is wait, I thought Shadowwind was a blue half dragon. He's a bronze half dragon?
He's a bronze.
Bronze. Yeah, bronze. Bronze
Good
dwarf.
grief. How did I get that so mixed up? Yeah, the half bronze one.
The bronze one. Oh yeah, I heard about him. They are the warriors, right? The warriors. She's like making fun of them. Like, mean dwarven warriors. I'm wearing my big beard. I'm fighting everybody. Yeah, I know them. I don't know. I have not really had the the unluck of meeting him.
How did you get
So bad.
to this setup shop?
This shop, I don't know. Ask Liberty. I'm just following her wherever she goes. She runs.
Just curious.
She
so
talked to
fun.
someone at the throne of Thunteros, and then we had to pay some, and then we looked for a shop place, and then we found this. We actually looked at another one. It was full of spiders. I really hated it, so she said, "Okay, not that one." But then we chose this one.
not that
but,
one.
but this one had this roof above. So then we asked if we can take it off from the courtyard, and then she goes into a long story about renovating the place, and she paid some money to the authorities, and then we opened shop. That was like years ago.
And look
Right.
at you now.
Yeah, I was really young then. And I'm really young now. But I was younger then. So yeah, Liberty knows what she's doing. She's like about 12, as you can see. So she's. I just looked up. Hope is 8. Liberty is 12. So she arranged everything on her own.
Are you happy here? Both of you? Do you enjoy it?
I don't like being here. I told you before. I don't. These poor slaves being. When I go out, look, it's the season of the death of rain and wind celebrations, and everybody looks so happy. But in truth, these poor people, they're just slaves. I wish I could free all of them. At this moment, Liberty looks at her sister, and you roll an insight check.
Hey.
Dun, 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 inside.
Gives me a chance to blow my nose.
Nice.
How much is there? I wasn't there.
A 19.
A 19, a 1,
A 20.
a 20. Oof, we're getting there.
Those eating a little too much honey.
Anybody above 18? both of you above 18 recognize or see two things. One is that Liberty's notion to her sister is very subtle. So, she's like, like, shut up, you're going too far, kind of, she's expressing, but she's doing it very subtly so that Cohen Feromelars doesn't even notice. And it's very hard for you to catch the notion as well. It's a DC 18, just to put it in perspective. And what she's implying here is that Hope should shut up now. When she's talking about, she said, I want to free all the slaves, and shut up. Like, and Hope catches it, and she also, with the same very subtle way, she diverts the thing into, the slaves, the birds, the bees, and all the pigs in the farms, she says. But yeah, well, until Liberty wants to say, we stay.
Well, it's good to meet you, Rob.
Good to meet you too. I hardly meet any of such heroes. People who come here are either merchants or merchants. There are some slaves don't come here. Sometimes half dragon nobles don't come here. And it's sailors very rarely, and some outsiders like yourself, but very rarely. The waters and Morgar and everything on the water just keeps people away.
Maybe not for long.
She looks at you. You have something? A way to
You have
defeat
something?
Morgar? Are you planning on defeat? That's why you're here. You plan to defeat Morgar.
No, wait. You know how this works?
Oh, your voice just went up. Can you repeat?
Yeah, you give us something. Maybe we give you.
You want more honey?
No. You want the good stuff.
Other good stuff.
Give you this pour off. Pull out one of my books. There you go. For you.
Oh,
No,
thank you.
no, look, we're here to do good stuff, and there's a lot of bad in the world. When I say you give us something, we give you something. I mean, we don't mind telling you a few things that we can share, but give us some good information, something we can do something with. Something we can't find on the posters.
I can
But,
tell
you
you.
know.
What do you want to know? She looks around. I can tell you about the city. I know quite a lot about the city. I know more of the city than Liberty does because she knows stuff around the city. I tell you what, you can't leave the city actually, because what's the name of the wall?
Coils.
If you Liberty, you're not allowed to leave the city. You're not allowed to exit the walls and the gates, because that's all territory, and she shows again flapping wings. But Liberty sneaks out at night to collect herbs. She knows a lot about the stuff around the city. She doesn't go far, of course, but yeah. And then
The talons is the one.
the talons, yeah. You're not allowed to pass the talons. And I can tell you about the places here and there.
How does she leave?
That's a secret.
I thought we were sharing secrets.
I'll tell you a secret.
Tell me a secret. And she looks.
You tell us. You tell us how she leaves, and I'll tell you a little something that no one at this table knows.
I
I'll leave it.
she lives. I think she turns into a little birdie and bloop, bloop, flies out. That's how she lives.
Now, I'm gonna call nonsense on that. Tell me where tell me what a hole in the wall is.
There's what? The hole in the wall?
Yeah. However, oh no, because she turns into a bird because she's one of them. No. Well, that's not useful, is it? Well, a deal's a deal. A deal's a deal. Pull out Celeste. Now take a look at this. You see this?
She's like wide-eyed and wow.
Yeah.
That's
Not
a
only
big
is it,
one.
yeah, tell me, look at the size of this crossbow. Not only is this thing magical,
Obviously.
there's a beast on the other side of it that collects names. It's true. No, it's true.
That's you, right?
No. No, I whisper the image. I say the name of my foe into this bow,
Oh.
and a creature on the other side, I don't know where, but some other side or something,
Uh-huh.
knows its name.
Uh-huh.
And then it becomes the enemy of this bow and the creature on the other side.
Oh
It
my
referred to it one time in a dream as the names upon the gate, whatever that means. Yeah, but when I take
Amazing.
something down with it, it feeds that thing.
Oof.
Kind of cool, eh?
Vicious.
Yeah.
I don't like weapons, she says. I
Well,
like songs and unicorn hats better.
Gives the unicorn hat back.
Oh, you can keep.
Oh,
keep
no,
it
no.
until you're here. I'm not about to
That
sing
was
yet.
juicy information.
That was a little spooky, Rax. That was a little spooky.
Well, I mean, it's true, isn't it? Look, the world's tough. That's how it is.
Okay, so you see all of the very few guests who were there kind of dispersing from the place, and it's still open. The gates are open and all that. But Liberty has no work to do, so she sits down with you and she smiles, and she looks a bit more reserved than her very outgoing sister, and she says, "Hi, is my sister too much already?"
No, she's been lovely.
Oh, I'm really happy to hear. Why would I be too much? You're so mean, like a half dragon. She's like, no, Liberty, no hope. It's just, you shouldn't put it all on our guests all at once. I did not. They are heroes. And then she starts telling, for 5 minutes, she explains. He is the father of many and also carries a crossbow. You see that beast? Okay, and there's another beast outside and sucks the life force out of everything it hits. You're like, pow, 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 and they're dead. And then Ko's a prince. Excuse me, a prince, a friend of mine, right? And then, she's a paladin from under the sea, friend of the deep sea elves and all. And she, has krakens for breakfast and stuff because they're all here to kill Morgar. And Liberty is like, okay, I gotcha. More tea? And she pours very ritualistic tea, pouring, into your empty cups and can be of assistance to you? Where should I get my sister away from your thing? Nice. No, don't be so mean. We're having such a nice conversation. I never met heroes before, and they are all of them. Romelars, he's skinner of scales or something.
Your sister did mention to us that since we are new to the city, new to Xanthos, we're still learning our ways not only around the city physically, the logistics as such, but also the cultural. What are the laws? What are the expectations? What is the, how do you go about and make your way through? She made aware to us, we did come by ship, but we have some other areas around Xanthos we'd like to visit. And apparently leaving the city is not quite as simple.
No, you can't really leave the city, but you can move around on your ship if you have one. Just a bit of an interlude. I'm forgetting about Aishlin, who is sitting there listening. Hope is really enthusiastic about meeting a deep sea Av and all that. So back to Liberty, answering your question. She says you can. I mean, the waters are open. It's just the land that they are very strict about, and you know, each region is owned by another clan, so they upkeep that. If you step foot on their land and if you meet one of their patrols, I mean patrols of squads of army men, you might get into trouble. So you need to avoid those. But of course, it's a huge land, so you can move around the island if you avoid these, you know, militias or armed fighters of the clans.
So each clan owns a territory and it would be considered trespassing.
Trespassing,
That-
yes.
Is that what we're understanding?
Yes, and within the city, this is a meeting point of the clans, and also a huge, you know, you've probably seen the Wide Bazaar, a trading city basically, where all of the inhabitants are either outsiders, slaves who serve the city, services who are allowed to stay, like us and some others, and of course the residences of the nobles up on the Wormrise. And there is this more run down area, we call it the South Edge, where more of the impoverished people live.
What would be the punishment for trespassing?
Oh, the punishment! All of the punishments are really harsh. You're either locked up, put into slavery, or killed outright. These Santarosians have laws that, you know, they. She looks around. No one's in there, and she says, "Look, they want to show their superiority and their cruelness." With all of their laws and actions to upkeep their status quo. You know, if they showed weakness, there's very few of them. All of their slaves might rise against them. They don't want that, you know. There's been an uprising before, and they didn't take it well. Yeah. Oh, I know a song about it, says Hope. I'm sorry, I'm looking.
Do like a nice bit of uprising.
Name of it.
Oh yeah, it was.
Calls of Unbinding.
Yes, it's named the Calls of Unbinding. One of my favorite ones, says Hope, and she starts singing a song about. Well, she starts singing a song, and then Liberty says, "Hope, please don't. We get into trouble for singing that song." Oh yeah, I always forget. And then she sits back and, you know, starts to play, you know, draw a unicorn with her finger, and the honey she dips it in. Yeah,
Obi, how common?
It's Ishara's uprising. Ishara the soft-spoken.
So let me ask you two things. Number one, how can I get a copy of the words to this song?
Hope says, can't write yet, but if you ask Liberty, she can.
No, I'll pay you for it. I just want to know if you'll do it.
You don't have to pay me. We're friends now.
Which song?
Right.
Call of Unbinding.
The Call of Unbinding or the hymn?
Oh, he knows the hymn.
Oh yeah, the CF knows the actually knows the hymn word
Oh,
by
he knows.
word.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but the Call of Unbinding.
Calls
Would
of
love to get a
Unbinding.
copy.
It's
Hello,
writ-
copy of that.
It was written by Ishara, the soft-spoken. He was leading a big revolt against the whole dragons, but then she failed, unfortunately, and they united
That's the
against.
second question. What happened to her?
Oh, she looks at Liberty. Liberty, again, she tries to. Those of you who have made the check already, you don't have to make it again. She tries to, get away from the subject because it's, you see on her face that this is something, we don't speak about. And she's like, no, please. And then, no, tell them. Okay, it's been long ago. About 200 years ago. Ishara, the soft-spoken, she started a movement. Look, I need to look up this history.
She was a poet.
There's so much information, I need to look it up. Tommy, can you give me a page and would help us somehow?
Yeah, I was checking the punishment for crimes. Actually, leaving the city's fine and immediate exile if you're caught.
Oh, yeah, you're
I thought you were
simple.
going to say execution. I heard
No,
eggs, and I was like,
exile.
oh no.
Boom. Let me check. So Ishara was...
49.
Thank you so much. I should have the book next to me open, but I got two. Alright, so Ishara, the soft-spoken. About 200 years ago, she was a young elven woman born into slavery of Clan Fir. Now you have heard about Clan Fir already, but from story on Finanza with the burning zombies. Remember? Okay, maybe.
Before you go on with your story, you got a restroom
Of course. Yeah, back.
back that way? Right. I'll be back.
All right. Help yourself.
Well, while we're waiting for him, I have some questions so that he doesn't miss out on this story.
Okay.
Are you familiar? Well, two questions. One, are you familiar with a shopkeeper, Sorlian Finanza?
The Shrine of Talent he runs. Yes. Sorry, Finanza. Yes. He's one of the outsiders who was allowed to open a shop in the city. Yes, he trades with. This is Liberty. Okay, so she talking to you. He sells antiques, I think, and she brings them into from outside worlds,
Right.
like the mainland to the east.
And you could give us direction to the
West,
shop.
I'm sorry, west. Yeah, sure.
Okay, wonderful. My second question is, if we wanted to book passage on a boat or secure a boat that we could travel around the island, do you know where we would do that?
You could ask around, or we have a friend we can introduce you to. We know the harbor master.
Yeah,
Is he a good man?
I love him. Says Hope.
Good.
Yeah, no, like again, roll an inside check, please.
I'm surprised to hear that. I've met the harbor master. You seem
19.
19. 1 sec before you continue, April. 1 sec. So with 19, you can see that again, Liberty, the protector of hope, tries to stir away from the topic, and like, what are you doing? And then you go. Mayor goes, I've met the harbor master. April?
I've met the harbor master. I'm surprised you have good relations with him.
He's a good man, says Liberty. He's one of the few.
Surprising to hear.
Why is that?
It definitely wasn't my impression of him.
What did he do?
You wanted a bribe way too quickly.
A bribe? Okay, the two sisters look at each other. They look back at you. And maybe he had other intentions. You misinterpret, says Liberty.
Maybe. I mean, we are new. We are foreign.
Perhaps.
Well, he had seen much, and he's been serving Lord Slissander Yasriel for a long time before he freed him from slavery. He does a lot. He does a lot for those who suffer, says Liberty with a very different tone from all this, fun and, demeanor that they had so far. He does a lot for those who suffer.
We're talking about that asshole at the docks.
Yes.
Okay, Hope jumps up and says, "He's not an asshole!"
No,
He
fine.
shouts at
Hey,
you.
look, people only know what they know. That's all I know.
Liberty
That's what I thought.
pulls her back, like, sit down.
Clan Ystrel. They are the half-dragon clan that have promoted, if not the abolishing.
Abolition.
Abolishing.
Abolish.
English is a hard. English
see?
is a ridiculous language.
You see?
Um,
Abolishment of slavery.
right. Correct. Or at least the loosening.
Well, yes. Lord Slissander Yasriel is is the only, I would say, the only good-hearted half-dragon noble who frees his slaves, basically. Oops, Tommy's gone. Just went to the little girl's room for dragons. He frees his slaves. He believes in freedom, and he suffers much pressure from the other half dragons and clans who don't like this type of attitude. But Lord Slissander Yasriel believes that oppression of other people is just wrong. And then Hope jumps up and gets really furious and it's absolutely wrong. Sit down, Hope, sit down. And then she sits down. Okay. And then someone walks in, like a couple walks in. Merchants again, says Hope. And then Liberty stands up and we will continue this discussion. And she says this with the most diplomatic attitude. Very strange from a 12-year-old. Says, we will continue this discussion when we're alone. And then, hello. Welcome to the Garden of Hope and Liberty. And that's where we end our session.
With our pinkies up.
All over the face.
Go with down in that, honey, like the guy who shows up at the party and eats all the maraschino cherries.
Yes.
Yes. So, what do you think? What does your characters think? What do your characters think? What do you think?
I like a city with history, and I think that one of the challenges that you have in any campaign where there's a deadline, right? Somebody's missing, a clock is ticking. There's so much to see and so much to do, but because of the ticking clock, I think it's very common for players to feel we have to rush the objective because there is a ticking clock. right? So sometimes all of the stuff that is nearby can be lost. There was a game April and I played that we loved, and April did. I mean, she ran such an incredible campaign, but there was this kind of doom to the world coming, and there were all these incredible islands that were built all over the place that had like tons of. Once you started that aspect of the campaign, you could go see all these places, but the world was coming to an end. There's like, you have to rush the objective. Otherwise you're not going to make right. So it's kind of like sometimes all that can get lost when there's a ticking clock, and the missing lord feels a bit like a ticking clock. However, because there's such a mystery around it, it feels like there's a little more time to sort of solve that mystery. And then I thought the tea house was just such a nice way to get a lot of great information about the city and the city's history. So it was nice. It was nice to have it's nice to have a bit of a ticking clock, but to also feel like we can make our way to it.
Okay. John,
When there's a
April?
ticking clock, you have to turn off the alarm.
Well said, Mayra.
You must control your anger, or your anger will control you.
Wait a minute. Are we listening to this guy? It's the Sphinx from Mystery Men.
There's actually there is not such a very distinctive ticking clock. There's a lord missing. There's a race, which is obviously fun to enter. Or you can, that's the only timed event that's going to be in 2 days. That's it. There's a 1 week celebration. That's another thing. There are other things in the background, but there's your objectives. I don't think they are much put against. There's no time pressure of sort. It's just there's your contact missing, and you have information where to look for him, which his son is missing. The information. Actually, you're the only ones probably. Maybe you can ask around in his household if they know where he went, if anybody knows where he went. But yeah. April, John, Tommy.
A lot to digest. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We are. We are putting layer on layer. Lots of information.
My fun one, and it's probably wrong, it's like, what, it's a bureaucracy horror to a certain extent that we're getting to. There's way too many layers, way too many consequences. And we meet this nice young kids running a tea shop, and it's this great place of serenity and honey, and this is so great. And it's like, no, it can't be that. It wouldn't be that. Oh no, right. What dragon is behind this?
This druid horror hides in the basement.
You're just allowed
being
to
mind controlled by the aboleths.
Two aboleths sipping tea in the basement.
Taste the
Code's
goo.
happy, but like John is like, nope, this is going to go bad.
Yeah, well, the feeling you have inside is definitely the certainty, and it's totally understandable that in this place, in this situation, you have this alarm going off that something is fishy. But maybe it's not. We will see next time, I think. Boom, 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 boom. Tommy, you have anything to add? Declare at customs?
No. Nothing to declare. You did a great job with the hope. I think I enjoyed it.
I'm happy. That's my 9-year-old,
First
8-year-old girl soul. Well, we will see how this progresses, and when the guests exit the Garden of Hope and Liberty, and I can't express this heavier, then we will see how this conversation continues and what the story holds for us. So I would like to thank everyone for watching, and thanks to John, April, and Joe from Twice the Dice. April and Joe plays Crown of the Oathbreaker on their channel. Please check check their channel because they are doing an amazing job there, especially when it comes to displaying Afina and her cruelness.
She's the worst.
She's absolutely the worst. And please check out elderbrain.com if you're interested in what Crown of the Oathbreaker is, and if you're interested in Torrents of the Spellhoarder, and you can catch us on Discord where we're live most of the time. One of us is there. Please also like and subscribe, leave a comment, and see you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.